One of the things I found myself in need of now is probably a franking machine, because I'm now sending out a lot of packages that will be classed as large letters, and franking them. I didn't actually realise this, but you are charged less if you frank a letter or parcel or whatever it is, rather than pop a stamp on it. As an example here, I've just printed off this sheet. If you're sending a letter which is 0 to 100 grams, a normal letter, if you do it with stamps it's 60p. If you frank it, it's 47p. You can appreciate the difference there is going to add up over the course of a month for most businesses. A large letter, 0 to 100 grams, is normally with stamps 90p, but with a franking machine it's 71p. So 19p saving every time I send one of these small parcels out. Now there's a number of franking machine companies around. There's Pitney Bowes, which is this one here. I also have a franking machine at the moment from Neopost, and the other company which seems to make up the bulk of the market with these other two is a company called the Mailroom. Now they all have different ways of doing things, different pricing, different ways of topping up. It's quite confusing, but eventually, let me go through what the options are. A small basic machine, and we'll unbox this in a minute, with these three companies will handle up to it's got a 2 kilo scale, so that's going to cover absolutely everything I'll be sending out. With Neopost you get a 3 months trial. There's no free credit, you have to top that up. You get a half price logo, which is going to cost you $52.99, and when the prices, the postal prices change in every April, they also want a fee of £75 for doing that change, and you are paying for your postage in advance. So I've actually got that machine in the house, but I haven't unboxed it, because after I received it I realised I'd probably made a mistake and should have gone with one of these other two companies. So that's Neopost. Now the Pitney Bowes machine that we're going to have a real quick look at today, you get one free logo. You simply upload your logo details to a website, and they electronically download it into your franking machine, just the same as your credit goes on. You plug this into your PC, or in fact I think the phone line with all of these machines, I'll be plugging it into the PC, and it should link through to their secure site for adding extra credit and the logo. The ink cartridge on this particular one is £59, and but you can get discounts. I haven't started looking around at that yet. You can store 5 logos, you get 1 free logo, and the good thing is this comes with a £20 postage top up. It's not on the machine, you've got to process that yourself obviously and run through the installation procedure, and then that will be added. But the really good thing is they set up a credit account for you. So if I get that free £20 but think I might need an extra 20 for that first month or whatever, I can put £40 on, I'll get free at £20 free, and at the end of the month they will take £20 out of my account. So I'm paying for it in arrears, and that really helps with budgeting. So I suspect I'm probably going to stick with the Pitney Bowes one purely for that feature. The only issue is you get charged £6.84 for every top up. So the way to avoid that wherever possible is to top up as much as you can, and maybe only 3-4 times a year, so you keep that £6.84 charge to a minimum. Yes, they also charge for the change of the postal rate in April. So that was the Pitney Bowes one, and the other one is from the mail room or the mail company. I can't remember what it was off the top of my head, but with that one you get one logo free. You can also have a text message printed on the envelope or the label up to 50 characters, so you could send out a special offer as long as you can fit it into that 50 characters. You're okay. Now with that one you have to prepay the postage. The top-ups are free so long as you don't do any more than 12 top-ups a year. After you go over 12 top-ups, so once a month, you will then pay £6 for each top-up. The good thing with the mailroom, I'm going to have to look that up, I'll put it in the link of this later on, you get 3 free logos, and God, I've forgotten what I was going to say. No, lost the plot. 12 free top-ups. Yes, what I was going to say was the April postage change, which is about £75 with these other companies, is also included. But whereas these charge £15 a month, this company charges £20 a month. But if you divide the 75 quid charge with the Neopost into 12, then that brings it up to 20 quid. So the mailroom one is quite a good deal, especially with the 12 free top-ups, because it'd be quite reasonable to top up once a month, I think. So you could have 12 free top-ups in 3 or 4 months, and then you'd be paying £6 a time. If you find that you can, after the first couple of months, you'll know how much credit you'll need to put on these each month. So if you can afford to do it, just do it once a month, and then the year will be free of any additional charges. So yeah, I quite like that one, but I'm going to try the Pitney Bowes one first because it is a in arrears payment method, and I think that would be quite useful for budgeting purposes. Anyway, so yeah, just to recap, there is a considerable saving to be had on over stamp prices if you look at those charges. I think the biggest saving is about 31% if you send a second class normal size and weight letter. That's the biggest saving. The majority of other savings are around the 17 to 21% region. So as I said earlier, you could save yourself the cost of the franking machine easily if you're a small to medium business sending out letters and packages and things. It will process signed for. I've got a reel of signed for labels here. You can also process airmail, special delivery, that sort of thing. And the really useful thing for me is you don't have to queue up at the post office to take this stuff in. We have a sorting office, well, it's a Royal Mail delivery place in town, and you can also drop off your franked mail to them and they will process it for you. So I can pop down there once a day, avoid the queues in the post office, which are normally ridiculously long because they've only got 2 staff on, and I can process them that way. You can, although the Royal Mail don't say this on their website, you can actually put franked mail in a normal post box, but the way you get away with that is you either use a franked mail envelope and you put all of your envelopes in that and then pop it through a normal post box, or if you've got 3 small packages going off, just put a band around the 3 of them and pop them in the post box. What they don't want you to do is have 50 different letters and you just sling them all in the post box loose. They're not going to put up with that because that takes a lot of sorting out. But if you've wrapped them up with bands, 10, 15 letters, and it's clear they're franked, you can put them into any post box. Obviously not if it's recorded or special. You do need to go down to either your post office or your local Royal Mail collection office, and they will process those for you. So enough waffle. Let's open this up. The other thing, once you get your franking machine, you'll find a day or two later a a license will arrive from the Royal Mail. So you must have a license in place before you're allowed to actually frank things and post them off. So, do I need to open this a little bit higher? Yeah, there we go. Some of this might be personalised, so I obviously won't show that. Pitney Bowes Guide to Envelopes. Okay, expect we can work that out ourselves, but yeah, interesting to have this stuff. Nice glossy brochure. It shows you how much money they're making. We have Pitney Bowes Smart Franking Machine. Okay, I didn't realise that either. You'll remember, well you might not, but in the old days franking machines used to print in red. For some reason they have now changed that to franking in blue. Don't know why they've done that, but that's how it goes now. Oh, now look, here are those meter postings. I said put everything in an envelope and put frank mail on it, but these are actually the same thing. They're the proper meter postings. So you would put all your envelopes in there and then drop that into the normal post box, and they will be separated out and then opened at the sorting office and dealt with. There's there's five of those. No doubt we can buy a whole load more if required. So what have we got? Oh grief, we've got all sorts. We have a phone adapter, so you can plug it into your phone for credit and authorization purposes. We have a blue non-fluorescent ink cartridge. Look at the size of that tiny thing. And they're telling me it was how much? Pitney Bowes. Yeah, £59. Someone's having a laugh, aren't they? God, I know printer cartridges are expensive, but that's ridiculous. Oh dear. Hopefully we can look around and or maybe even refill these, but I suspect they've done something sneaky with that blue ink, that you can't get the right colour, or there'll be some such nonsense. So that's the ink. We have standard IEC mains lead there. We have the phone connection cable and a USB cable there. More booklets by the looks of it. Oh, this is the installation guide. Obviously there's a quite clear installation process that you must go through when you're setting these up, so you've got to follow that. Same old thing, you can't plug it into the computer unless the drivers have been installed first and all that sort of thing. So installation guide, and then we have some labels. Okay. Yeah, so these are the standard Pitney Bowes labels that they've done for years. It's 2 labels, one either side of the logo in the middle. 50 labels, yeah, very nice. Bag. Okay, what have we got here? I think this is probably the scale. Yeah. So it looks like these scales are probably interchangeable then. This is the 2 kilo scale, and it's just got a standard serial comms port. What have we got? Input 5V DC. It's obviously getting that from the main machine, but I wonder if they also do a slightly larger 5 kilo version that you can interchange. Just a little guide on how to plug it in, click it in place and plug it in at the back. Right, let's have a look. Just going to take this box off and lift this out, put it straight on there and just pan the camera down a little bit. There we go. Nothing else in the box, just the delivery details stuck on the side. What I was looking at there is the fact that it looks like there's some ink on the top. So I'm just wondering if they have in fact sent out a used machine here. Appreciate their free trials. The Neopost one was brand new, and my opinion is that this is not a brand new machine. There is dust on the back, but I guess they can't keep sending out brand new machines for new trials all the time. Bit of ink on the top there. Yeah, this in fact, yeah, I suppose if you're paying monthly, you have a free maintenance contract, so if anything goes wrong they will come and put it right. But it's a bit disappointing to not have a new machine sent out. I don't know whether you can see down in there, you can see all the dirt that's attached to the grease on that little, yeah, down, oh, it's hard to do this, down there. It's black and all dirty where the grease has attracted the dust and muck. Yeah, I'm actually a bit disappointed with that then, the fact that it's not a new machine. Some sort of quick reference guide here. Well, it doesn't come out at the moment, so... interesting. Any thoughts on the fact that they've sent out a used piece of equipment? Yeah, nice looking unit. I think it's probably a bit bigger than the Neopost one. Yeah, just in fact it doesn't even click in place, it just rests on there like that and then just plugs in at the back. So yeah, there we go. There's a port for the phone, USB port, power. So obviously when that fires up, the ink cartridges will slide across to the access position. I'm guessing made in China. I don't know whether it will actually say that anywhere on the machine, but let's have a quick look. Made in the UK. Well, there you go. There can't be many times where we can say that these days. There we go. Ah, the reason that tray, that guide wouldn't pull out is because it's taped in place. So let me just pull that out and see what it is. Quick reference guide it says. But I reckon even that's knackered. Very disappointing. Can you see where the paper's all damaged already? Yeah, not impressed with that. But maybe I'm being a bit picky for a trial. Yeah, in fact that's a bit tacky, isn't it, really? Much rather have had a separate booklet kept with the machine with some waterproof pages. You can't even, it doesn't even stay open, does it? I can see what's happened with that. Someone's just pushed it under there, haven't they, to keep the relevant page open. Yeah, not impressed. Yeah, anyway, so quick look at that. I think the idea is pretty good. I think for the volume I'll be sending out, it's definitely worthwhile. But I have to say, I'm not impressed with being sent out a used machine that's got dust and ink on it, and a guide like that that's already damaged. So yeah. So anyway, that's a look at the Pitney Bowes small office series. It's a DM50, and I'm actually going to get that up and running and follow the installation guide, and I'll let you know in the description below that it's okay or not okay, and we'll go from there. I might show you the Neopost one, but at the end of the month we may well swap over to that other company, depending on how this one performs. But yeah, not overly impressed with the second hand one. Catch you later.